All right, my beautiful people, this is ERGJ, your certified financial educator, and we are back here with your Wealth Begins with the Mind. And we are into day number 67 of going through the book, How Rich People Think by Steve Siebold. Steve, I'm coming from my check. Now, here's the deal, guys. Wealth begins in the mind. If you want to change your results, you want to change what's happening with your finances, then you must begin to change what you put in your mind. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. So what we've been doing on this financial book club, we've been going through books and depositing information into our subconscious so that we can then cultivate it and we begin to get different results in our life. And so we're on day number 67. Of course, I recommend this book. I think it's a great book to have. What I like about this book is that it gives you a passage of the day, a quote of the day, a question of the day, and an action step of the day as well. So you can take something from it and you can do something with it. Not just read and forget, but actually read and do. And so if you want to get the book, you can get it through me, www.ergj.net. I have a recommended read section, and I'll be going through more books as we continue to journey along in our financial book club. But hey, I know you don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. Day number 67, let's get it. The middle class suffers from lack consciousness. World class enjoys prosperity consciousness. The middle class suffers from lack consciousness. The world class enjoys prosperity consciousness. The average person has been inundated with thousands of negative, self-limiting messages. Their thinking is rooted in fear so deep that most cannot be saved from themselves. They hear positive messages and are unable to internalize the wisdom due to the psychological cancer that has metastasized in their mind. The foundational belief they are operating under unconsciously when it comes to money is that there isn't enough for everyone. Exacerbating this belief is the fact that money is a finite resource. While this is technically true, it's irrelevant. The great ones know money flows to ideas. The great ones know money flows to ideas. So in the comments below or in your notes, I want you to put money flows to ideas. Money flows to ideas. The great ones know that money flows to ideas, and earning substantial sums is the result of hyper-directed thinking on solutions to problems. So it goes back to what we understand is that how rich people think is they think about solving more problems, serving more people, having ideas on solutions to the problems that you see in this world, and bringing those solutions to enough people will help you to get rich. Hyper-directed thinking on solutions to problems. So all day, if you're prosperity conscious, your thoughts should be on the solutions. Most people, their thoughts are on the problems. But people who are looking to solve those problems are the people that can have the people that's thinking about the problems pay them for the solution. The top 1% of the population in the United States own 42% of the nation's wealth. With the possible exception of heirs who inherited their wealth, these people are thinkers who learn how to direct their mental energy towards money-making solutions. They live and breathe prosperity. And the more time they spend at this level of thinking, the richer they get. The more they succeed. The more they expect to succeed. While the masses are waiting to experience major success before they'll accept that thinking is the cause, the rich know the secret to an exceptional portfolio begins with thought. The more they succeed, the more they expect to succeed. So in the comments below, I want you to put expecting to succeed. While the masses are waiting to experience major success before they accept that thinking is the cause, the rich know the secret to an exceptional portfolio begins with thought. You have to believe it before you see it. You have to believe it before you see it. Most of us were trained in reverse of the equation, and many people die waiting for their ship to come in. The truth is, it was always there in the harbor, waiting for its captain. It's sad, but every rich person I've ever interviewed has agreed that we are the creators and destroyers of ourselves. We focus on external factors, and it turns out the enemy is us. This is the reason wealth in any free market economy will always be disproportionate. We focus on external factors, and it turns out the enemy is us. This is the reason why. This is the reason wealth in any free market economy will always be disproportionate. Now, here's our quote of the day. Here's what you want to take away from what we've discussed today. From Robert Collier, he says that all riches have their origin in the mind. Wealth is in ideas. Wealth is in ideas. By Robert Collier. And here's your critical thinking question today. Here's what you want to think about as it relates to what we discussed today. Do you operate in a prosperity consciousness most of the time? Do you operate in a prosperity consciousness most of the time? And here's your action step. Here's what you want to do with what we discussed today. Evaluate your thinking during the 7 days and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 7. A score of 1 means you're operating in a lack consciousness, and 7 means you're operating in a prosperity consciousness. Then ask yourself if this is moving you closer to or further away from being rich. So you want to evaluate your thinking during the next 7 days and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 7. A score of 1 means you're operating in a lack of consciousness, and 7 means you're operating in a prosperity consciousness. Then ask yourself if this is moving you closer to or further away from being rich. Well, that's day number 67, guys, of How Rich People Think by Steve Siebold. Steve, I'm coming for my check. The middle class suffers from lack consciousness, and the world class enjoys prosperity consciousness. Now, again, you can get this book through me at www.ergj.net. I'm ERGJ Certified Financial Educator. We do have a class coming up this Saturday, August 13th, I believe. That's what the date is. August 13th is a class for kids grades 4 through 8. So you want to teach your children about money, go ahead and get them registered. You can find that class also on the website, www.ergj.net. But here's the deal, guys. That's our day today. That's our show today. We'll be back tomorrow. And remember this, you must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet.